Welcome back. In this lesson, we're going to learn how to use the straighten tool and the crop tool. I love the irony of this picture because it says caution uneven pavement. So the pavement's uneven, the background's at a different angle, the trees are at a different angle. It's just kind of a funny picture to me. But the first thing we need to do is straighten it. We're only concerned with the sign, okay? So we have to go to the eyedropper tool. You can either select the eyedropper or the shortcut I, then press I again one more time, and you see it change to the ruler tool, as the tool options have changed to reflect your choice. And all you have to do is just take the ruler tool and go over an edge that you think should be straightened. And then it's going to tell you it's going to change the angle at a negative 1.4. If you make a mistake, press clear, try it again. Go ahead and press straighten. And you can see maybe that did a little bit too much. So what you could do is go edit, undo crop, because it will crop it first, and then undo straighten, which is one more step backwards. You see in Photoshop, Control Z will move you back one space. Control Alt Z will continue to move you back and back and back. If you're in Photoshop Elements, it's just Control Z. And when using with the roller tool, it does two functions. So it crops and straightens. So when you press Control Z, it doesn't take you back to the original because it's got to go back to the crop first and then to the straighten. Okay, just to give you a heads up on that. So now I'm going to zoom in, which you can do. I'm going to zoom into this little area here. Press the ruler tool, or select the ruler tool. And I'm going to use this instead. See, I made a mistake. Clear. Okay, and this is going to have an angle. It's going to adjust it for a negative 0.7, which I think is a little bit more realistic. Okay, now I'm going to double click the hand tool to see. Okay, it looks a little bit better. And still, look at the background's hilarious. But anyways, the next tool we're going to dive into is the crop tool. And the crop tool is right above the ruler tool, shortcut C. So if we were to select the crop tool, or for example, I selected this tool, you can press C for the shortcut. Now when I use the crop tool, I automatically go over here and say reset tool, just to make sure the width, height, and resolution are not filled with anything. If you wanted to make a 4:6, this is where you would enter it. For example, I'll show you. If I just want to draw a crop, I draw a crop. And what it's telling me is my shield color, black at opacity is 75%, so it's not fully black, as you can see here. Okay, you can hide the shield. So if you want to see your whole image, you can do that. It's up to you. I leave it as it is. Rule of thirds, you can have none, so it doesn't. If that bothers you, you can use that. You can have a grid if you want to help you out, or the rule of thirds. The rule of thirds are basically, let's say you have a picture of a sky and a beach. If you have a picture of a sky and a beach and half is sky and half is beach, it's not going to be too interesting. It's going to be so well balanced that there's no drama to the image. So what the rule of thirds is saying, look, why don't you have 2/3 sky, 1/3 beach, or 2/3 beach and a 1/3 sky? And by lining it up on this graph, you can better situate your picture to match that, which is nice. Okay, so I don't like this crop. So for example, I would press the symbol here to cancel it, or I can confirm it. So I'm going to cancel it. Okay, now I'm going to go back. If I wanted to draw a 6x4, 6x4, I don't put anything in the resolution. So now when I draw it out, you see how it constrains it? It constrains my crop to a perfect 6x4. And then I can go inside the crop and move it around to adjust. Press the check mark. Now you're probably saying, well, how do I know this is a 6x4? Go to View, Rulers. Look at that. See? 6, 4. There's the 0, 6x4. That's how you know. So I'm going to press clear. I'm going to press Control Z. There we go. I'm going to reset the tool just in case. Now if you needed your a 6x4 at a 300 resolution, then that's where you put the resolution in. But I already know if I go to Image, Size, I know my resolution's at 240, which is good for printing anyways. So I don't need to change anything. So now how would we select this just to sign? Well, you can draw your crop. Let's say you messed up. Well, after you mess up, which is great, you can rotate it. See how it changes to a double? You want to, you can rotate it. You can press the shift key and constrain it to perfect angles instead of those in between angles. And I'm going to move it in some more. Move it in some more. Actually, I'm going to say no. And I'm going to tell you why. Wouldn't it be easier if we zoomed in and then do the crop? There we go. Look at that in one shot, basically. It's a lot better. Press the commit, and there we have our crop. Double click the hand tool so we can see it fit in view, or control minus minus to look at it to where you can see the sign. And that's the crop tool. It's real easy. And by the way, this is not the only way to do a crop. There are other better ways of doing the crop. I'm just showing you the real basic one. Okay? And then something else real quick. If I press Control Z and I did my crop, let's use these signs here. So I drew the crop out and I changed the angle to match the angle of these signs, as you can see here. When you press the commit, it will turn them for you automatically. Okay, just something to be aware of.